today's round of storms comes as thousands are still without power following last Tuesday's intense storm. This outage map from Duquesne Light shows they're still working to restore electricity to about 16,000 customers. And just moments ago, the city of Pittsburgh shared a storm update. All city schools are now open and every emergency facility has power.
The city also says you can call 211 if you need help removing storm debris from your property. And the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank will be taking donations because it expects a 25% surge in need.
Meantime, Duquesne Light says it still expects to have all power restored by tomorrow night at 11:30, but other factors may be at work.
I also have to acknowledge this evening's incoming weather and note that some of these times may change depending on how severe this weather is and whether any more damage occurs.
Duquesne Light says it has enough equipment and resources to complete the restoration, but it's never dealt with a storm of this size and scale. So far, it's replaced nearly 300 utility poles, 250 transformers, and 250,000 feet of wire.
Now, for those without power, the frustration is growing, especially when their neighbors living right across the street have it.
Yeah, Shelley Bortz talked to two neighbors with different perspectives on living without power.
If you drive along Shady Avenue here in Squirrel Hill, you'll understand why most folks in this area still are without electricity. Across the street, we have tree branches piled up, still lying in people's yards and on the sidewalk. And then check this out here, this wire resting on this huge tree stump.
A little jealous looking outside the window at night and seeing those lights on.
Alex Kester has been without power since Tuesday when devastating storms blew through our area, forcing hundreds of thousands of people to live without power. But when he saw lights on across the street at his neighbor's house on Thursday, it briefly put a smile on his face.
If you're on the left-hand side up here, looking up, yeah, you have power and, good fortune. For those on the right-hand side, not so much. And it almost, makes it that much more painful.
While everyone has struggled this week, it's been especially hard for Kester, who is a diabetic and has to keep his medication refrigerated. When Kester and other neighbors couldn't get anywhere with Duquesne Light, they looked to state senators and representatives for help. But those calls, he says, fell on deaf ears.
The receptionists were lovely. They were very pleasant, but, that's where it seemed to stop.
Just up the road, we caught up with Eric Lantzman, who was trying to fix a generator he borrowed from his brother. He has also been without power since Tuesday, unlike his neighbors on the other side of the street. He considers himself, though, one of the lucky ones.
Having seen what things looked like on Wednesday morning, we had a couple cars with giant trees on top of them. People have much more pressing issues than me having to turn my refrigerator on or turn a light on at night.
Since the storms, Duquesne Light has brought in an additional 600 crew members from outside utilities and contractors and have been working around the clock. Even though crews haven't made it to his area yet, Lantzman is staying positive.
Watching the numbers, they have done a pretty powerful job getting people online each day. Even over the weekend, they were at work.
At last check, Duquesne Light Company said they will have power fully restored to all of their customers by 11 o'clock tomorrow night. Reporting in Squirrel Hill, Shelley Bortz, KDKA-TV News.